What's going on, family? YouTube, where you at? How you doing, Kenna? Kenna Startup, how you doing there? Have y'all clicked subscribe yet on YouTube? I appreciate it if y'all do. Thomas T.J. Lofton. Also, go to the Facebook page, Instagram page, and do the same if you don't mind. I appreciate it. I'm talking about today, we're going to talk about, are you ready for gentrification? That's coming. Uh-oh. Share to your, oh, I didn't mean to click that. I don't necessarily want to start a watch party, but let me go to my page. Yeah, we're going to talk about, are you ready for gentrification? Because there's a lot of things going on, family, that we need to be talking about. Share, send as a message, share now, public. Oh, let's see here. Y'all give me a second here. I'm trying to share on the page you manage. If y'all hadn't been to my personal Facebook page, my public figure page, I appreciate if y'all can go to that page as well, Thomas T.J. Lofton, and follow that one. There's the how do you know that's the one to follow? There's my logo, that Facebook cartoon character of myself. That's the one to click on. I'm over here multitasking, y'all. Trying to make it do what it do. Uh-oh, hold on. Oh man, how do you invite people? How do you invite people? Anyway, I want to talk about, are y'all ready for gentrification? Are y'all paying attention to what's going on? Are you getting in position to be ready for this stuff that's going on? You can't sit back and wait. You can't just sit back and wait and see what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? If you're a renter, y'all really need to listen to this. Y'all share this video for me. I appreciate it. If you can, I appreciate it. Because we got to talk about this, family. There's a lot of stuff going on around the world, especially here in America. You know, they get away with more stuff around the world, but here in America, oh boy, it's really going down, you know? So we got to talk about that. Are you in position for this? Are you ready? Are you taking care of business? Because if you're not, there's a lot of people ending up homeless, and that's not cool. Give me a second. I'm inviting some people out. You know, I've been driving around. I'm in California right now, Los Angeles, California, Compton, California, Watts, all these cities out here. I've been riding around the Black communities out here. And, you know, I've been having a lot of consultations. I've been talking to people. I've been speaking in places. I've been attending these community events. I've been attending these fake gentrification meetings that's being set up to control the narrative. I went to 2 of those, and one of them, they tried to throw me out of it because I asked the question. You know, when they realize you really know, first of all, they know who I am. I'm the guy who wrote Monetizing Gentrification, the national expert that traveled around the country repeatedly promoting awareness on this. So when I come into meetings, they know who I am. Unfortunately, it's cool when they ask when they know who I am and ask me to share my research or something and give some information that can better help the community. But when someone turns around and they know who I am, so they go to lock me out. They don't want me in the meeting because they know I'm gonna expose them. I'm gonna say this ain't true. That's not accurate. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? Or here's the solutions that we need. That's when they don't want me there because they want people to have bad information. Most gentrification meetings offer zero solutions. And then the solutions they tell you that's there available, they don't work. And they know they don't work. If you was on my Facebook page the other day, I was live inside of one of those, another fake gentrification meeting, controlling the narrative. Man, I'm gonna talk about that. I got some videos I want to play later. I just been so busy, y'all. It take a lot to do all of this stuff, and I ain't making no excuses, but that's why I haven't been uploading my Facebook videos and all of that kind of stuff, my Instagrams, my YouTube videos, because it's a lot going on. And because it's a lot going on, I find myself speaking a lot. I find myself, in a lot of the cool places where I can share, but it's like, unfortunately, it's over some sad stuff, people who aren't ready. It's like I remember talking to Dr. Savy about one of his biggest problems is they bring it to him last. They go talk to everybody else first to see if they can be healed or come with solutions. And then all the money's gone. And then they finally decide to go see him, or they life expectancy is about to expire any day now. And then all of a sudden they decide to go see Dr. Savy. So I find that happening to me, the same things. People, seen me, they heard about me, they heard about my book, they seen it at Simply Wholesome, they seen it at, the community bookstore in Louisiana, they didn't seen it somewhere around the country. And they like, my cousin's a realtor. I'm gonna have her come talk to people in the room because we need the solution to gentrification is everybody needs to buy. That ain't the solution. That ain't the only solution. Yes, everybody does need to buy, but that is not the only solution. It's a lot of things we need to know about so that we can get in position. A real estate agent is not going to be your cure all. Teresa, how you doing? Chico, what's up, my brother? Dita, how you doing? DJ in the house, what's up? Deborah, how you doing? Darren, Daryl, what's going on? New Deal, what's happening? Annette, Kevin, what's up, fam? Asia, how you doing? Hope I pronounced y'all names right and didn't say something wrong, because y'all know I will butcher your name in a minute. Not on purpose, but just because. It's a lot of stuff going on. So why I'm doing this video today is because I had some disturbing conversations. I went to a couple of gentrification meetings this weekend, last week as well. Like I said, I almost got thrown out of one. They was trying to talk crazy to me to make me leave. But of course, I got thick skin. I wasn't leaving nowhere. You wasn't finna throw me out, So anyway, they wanted me out of there because they wanted to deliver an agenda, and it was some BS, and they knew it was, so they didn't want to say it in front of me. So of course, they did not deliver that message while I was in the room. They thought that they talked crazy and said some stuff and tried to insult my book and all this crazy stuff that I was gonna get mad and leave. But I already know that's a strategy of the game. That's a part of the game. They're gonna say some stuff to you to make you feel bad and leave. They're gonna try to insult you, talk crazy, make you think they're gonna try to beat you up or fight you. But they know I'm from Compton. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to brag or boast, but I ain't no everyday kind of cat. I just look like this, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I ain't too scared of stuff like that, but I ain't trying to brag again. But anyway, the goal is to make me leave out the room so that I won't hear the lies that they're gonna say, because they know that I'm the kind of cat that'll say that's not true. Or can you explain that in detail? Or can you explain why you doing that, or why you think we should do this as a solution? So anyway, then another meeting I went to, the big one on Saturday. Was that Saturday? Yeah, that was Saturday. Man, room full of people, celebrities on the stage speaking, panel discussion. And this was a AIDS conference. This gentrification meeting, you see in LA, y'all, we got billboards up. Not we, they have billboards up. The gentrifiers have billboards up that says gentrification sucks.org. Y'all look it up yourself. You look at that website, it ain't nothing but a website based on AIDS, people who got AIDS, right? Oh man, that's so sad. I can go deep and deep and deep and talk about that, but I gotta really. It's like this is all about a movie right here. This stuff I'm seeing, you know. But how is the gentrifiers gonna have a gentrification meeting funded, promoted by white people, by the gentrifiers? The people who want you out of here is throwing meetings regularly and inviting everybody to come in so that they can turn around and find out what is your strategies. Where are you? Who are you? What's on your mind? What are you doing? And single you out, whatever, you know. But most importantly, you got a lot of people who are seeking good information, saying we need some help. We're seeking some solutions, some strategies on how we stop this, or how do we move forward in our lives so that they won't end up homeless, or so things won't go bad for them. And what's happening? They show up in large numbers to these meetings. They got KJLH on board, blasting it out. The person is there speaking on a panel discussion for them, and everybody figured these people are the real deal. They're here to help. You know, these people are here to help us, and this is what we got to do to fix this gentrification problem. That ain't what they there for. That ain't what they there for. Big Sam, what's going on, good brother? My low rider family in the house. You know, that ain't what they there for. They there to just waste your time. So I'm sitting in the meeting, and it was just I just had to record. It's like, why is you got the gentrifiers holding the cameras? Everybody in the room black except for the camera people, except for the people who threw the event. You know, and it's like all these black people. It's like, why do you have to listen? Why does it take for your gentrifier to turn around and rent a hall and use your black radio stations to promote it to you black people and saying, come to the gentrifiers meeting? The white people are throwing the meeting, come to the meeting because we got all these black faces on the stage that's supposed to tell y'all what's going on. They're going to be yours to give y'all some solutions, you know. And then I'm looking at the camera people. Camera people ain't pointing at the stage. The camera people pointing at the audience. The cameras are supposed to be aimed at the stage, looking at the people, videotaping the people, taking pictures of the panelists. You see what I'm saying? But the panel, the gentrifiers, the people with the cameras are taking pictures of the audience, scanning the audience. And I'm just sitting there like, am I the only one that see this? You know, like really? So I'm taking pictures of them, taking pictures of us. You know, so I even put it on my Facebook page. If y'all don't believe me, y'all go look at it. But I just think it's real interesting that people are allowing this. But I think it's more unfortunate that they can get away with that kind of stuff. They can just, the gentrifiers can throw a meeting. The gentrifiers can say that, hey, y'all need to fix the problem. Y'all got a problem with gentrification? Come on over to our hall and y'all can use our space, and we're gonna have it here. And now what was even more crazier, they rented a hall that was a historically black-owned insurance company, Golden State Mutual. And it was like, that was just so disrespectful. You know, I felt like, man, that's wrong. It's like, that's how they get down though. They like, we're gonna get them as comfortable as possible. We're gonna feed them and everything. And they're gonna come out here and we got they favorite basketball retired player out here. LA Super Agent in the building, y'all. How you doing? You know, we got their favorite basketball player out here. So we're gonna bring him out, and we're gonna bring out some of their TV stars, and they're gonna be excited. They're gonna show up in numbers, and we're gonna fill their head with a bunch of BS. We're gonna fill their head with a bunch of BS, not offering them no real solutions, you know? And then the people looking at me, TJ, are you gonna be on the panel? Or are you gonna be on the panel? I'm like, you know, they're not gonna let me be on that panel. You know, you got two different kind of people who would throw a gentrification meeting. You have big gentrification meetings that are always gonna have your your pastors, they're going to have your city officials, they're going to have some type of politician. I mean, same thing. They're going to have people like that. There's going to be plenty of food. You're going to be very comfortable. You're going to really want to go because you're going to see somebody's name on that flyer that you want to go hear from. And that's the one kind of meeting. Those are most likely the fake meetings, because if it was real information that could stop gentrification, you would not see the pastors there. You would not see the politicians there. They are not going to give you no real information that's going to protect you and save you, and that's going to help you from not being gentrified. So now you got another kind of meeting, the kind that I give. Okay, it's going to be at a smaller place. It ain't going to be no food. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't going to always be affordable, you know what I'm saying, to rent that place. Or if it is food, it's going to, hopefully somebody's going to sponsor it because they believe in what I'm talking about. And this is affecting them. You know what I'm saying? So you may not know me. Luckily, y'all do know me because I've been promoting this stuff for a long time, trying to bring awareness, not trying to, but bringing awareness to the situation. So it seems like the bigger my name gets, the more other people start doing their own conferences. They are all across the country throwing gentrification meetings, y'all. And it's like so many people are calling me or inboxing me and tagging me. TJ, you see this gentrification meeting in DC? You see this gentrification meeting in New York? You see this gentrification meeting in Atlanta? You see this gentrification meeting in LA? Are you going to be there? Did they reach out to you? I send them your information. I send them a picture of your book, talk to them. And you know what I'm saying? Why don't they like you? Aren't you an expert on that? Why don't they like you? So now, this has been going on for a long time. So as of the last month, y'all, was my anniversary of the 1 year of my book, Monetizing Gentrification. Matter of fact, I got it right here. Still shipping them off, still selling them all around the world. People buying the book, people calling me, asking me to come speak about it because they know I got solutions. You know how they know I got solutions? Because they're in the book. I got a lot of them in the book, y'all. I talked about how they taking people's houses, monetizing gentrification. ThomasTJLofton.com. You can go to my website and order you a copy today. If you're in the U.S., $32 to your door. If you're outside of the U.S., most likely you're gonna add another $25 onto that price. $25 plus $25, but depending on where it is, inbox me your information, and I'll tell you how much it's gonna cost to get it to you. Monetizing gentrification. Most importantly, building Black ownership. So let me tell y'all the strategy they used on me now. This one just came up as of this month. When I got back to California, two different people. I done been promoting this book across the country. I done spoke on the biggest conferences in the nation about Black people. Wherever Black people go congregate, I done spoke on them. I done been keynoting a lot of these conferences, y'all. And no one has ever said, we don't want to monetize gentrification. That's crazy. We don't want that. I didn't hear that until the other day, this past week. I heard it twice. Oh, we're not trying to monetize gentrification. That's why we don't want TJ on our panel. That's why we don't want him in this meeting, because he's exploiting people. he's exploiting a bad situation is what they're saying. But that's a strategy and a tactic that they're using to not have me on the panel, to tell people, oh no, we don't want him because he's exploiting people. But since when did building Black ownership become exploiting people, family? But let me tell you why they did that, why they're saying that. It's because they know, they read that book, they know I am a national expert on gentrification. Why am I a national expert on gentrification? Because when I traveled, I am the only person that's speaking about gentrification that has actually traveled the nation 100% solely to see what's going on with gentrification, to talk to other people around the country, to see what's happening with y'all. How did they get y'all out of here? How are they taking y'all houses? How did they take all these apartment buildings from people and tear them down? How did they tear down the projects? What did your Black politicians help you? Did your pastor step up and say anything? Did these people help? Did any of these things y'all did work? What did y'all do so far? I'm taking lists, I'm taking names, I'm taking numbers, I'm getting situations down, and that's how I was able to write this book, because I know what was working. So let me throw out a couple examples. They're saying, hey, we're gonna Crenshaw, what is it called? The Crenshaw, something about they're gonna put artwork on Crenshaw. Brian, how you doing? Bryant, how you doing, family? Paul, how you doing? Jamal, how you doing, family? They're saying we're gonna do some Crenshaw something, and we're gonna paint black murals all up and down Crenshaw to let people know the historical heritage. And we're gonna put $100 million into this, right? Because we want people to know this was a black area, right? Okay, that sounds wonderful, but two problems with that. You got people looking for affordable housing. You got people being homeless. That's being pushed out. And you can't find no money to help them, but yet you can find $100 million to paint pictures on the wall up and down Crenshaw. That don't make no sense. That's called posturing. It's fake, it's false, it's not gonna work. It's BS. So second thing, how do I know it's not gonna work? How do I know that don't matter? I done been to New York. I done been to Philly. They got streets named after black people. They got black murals on all the walls in Philly, right? White people buy the buildings. White people own the property up and down those black streets. White people are deciding, we don't want that picture of Martin Luther King on the wall. Why is there a picture of Malcolm X painted on the side of that building? Why is there a picture of black jazz players? This is in my book, y'all. I talk about this in my book. I got pictures of murals in my book in Philly that they painted off the walls. They taking it down. I've been to Marcus Garvey Park in New York, and the white folks move in and said, why is that park named after Marcus Garvey? Wasn't he a criminal? Didn't he go to jail? We don't want that named after him. We want to change that to a different name, They took his name off the park. The streets named after all of our black heroes. They saying, why is this street named after Frederick Douglass? We don't want that street to be named Frederick Douglass. Let's take that down. This is going on all over the country, family. JJ Boss, how you doing, family? So they say we're gonna name this street Crenshaw. We're gonna make this Crenshaw destination. We're gonna change this street to Obama Boulevard. We're gonna change this street to Nipsey Hussle. When this shit is gentrified and all the white folks that moved in, that stuff ain't gonna be there too much longer. How do I know that? How do I know that? Because I seen it in New York. I seen it in Philly. It's in my book. You can't tell me that. I'm seeing it in my book. People calling me, asking me, TJ, how can we keep these white folks, these gentrifiers, from painting over all of our heroes? How can we stop them from painting over our heroes? Now I'm getting these articles saying they're about to tear down this famous person's house. A couple of them, two different famous people. I don't know their names at this current second. I can't think of it, but it's on the Facebook Live, Facebook feed. They just put it up there. Tony, how you doing? They're like they're gonna tear down both of their houses. Two historical, black, famous, amazing historical people in history. They're gonna tear down their childhood homes, which should be historically protected. You know what I mean? They're supposed to protect these houses with historical designations. They're supposed to put a historical designation over Martin Luther King's old house, over James Brown's club in Athens, Georgia. I'm in Athens, Georgia, and I'm seeing a boarded up building said that used to be James Brown's old club. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? So that's just one scenario that I've seen, of them trying to say, oh, we're trying to stop this gentrification, we're trying to help. And I'm just like, y'all, they're just posturing. They're just posturing. Trust me, they ain't gonna take $100 million to put up some pictures on the walls, y'all. They're using that money to help with gentrification. That's why they're getting rid of the FIBA Center, because that's too black. It's too culturally black. You can go in there and get a history of blackness. The one and only. How you doing, family? You know what I'm saying? So getting back to my point, what I want to talk about is, family, you got to get in position. We have to get in position. Everybody. I don't care if you got money or not. I don't care. We got black, wealthy neighbors up here in Atlanta, Georgia. Not here, but in Georgia, We got black people wealthy in California, and all these neighborhoods are under fire. Just because you got a house that's paid off and you got $1 million in your savings account, that don't mean your neighborhood is protected. Y'all hear what I just said? That does not mean your neighborhood is protected. Why is that? Because it's black wealthy people all over the country. I done been to the East Coast and sit down with black billionaires in 5 different states, and all of them telling me the same thing. They wiping folks out. The East Coast gentrification is worse than the West Coast gentrification. I'm sorry, Southern California so far. You know, I done been to Atlanta and seen some stuff that just blew my mind. I done been to DC and just DC is no longer Chocolate City, family. So if somebody tell you Chocolate City, they ain't been there in a while. Trust me, it ain't no more. It's vanilla now. We do not have the numbers out there like we used to. New York, same thing. We do not have the numbers. They're pushing so many African American people, black people up out of the East Coast states, the northern states. It's like black folks in Philly, black folks in DC, black folks in New York. They pushing us down south. Black folks in California, they pushing us south. They pushing everybody towards Atlanta, family. How do I know that? Because I took the time out and put the money where my mouth is and traveled the nation to these black cities and black states to see what the hell is going on. You know, not just to go say, okay, I seen the problem. One and only said, that's Vanillaville now. DC is Vanillaville. You know, the literary revolutionary. How you doing, family? So, solutions, y'all. Y'all know I can't just sit back and talk about the problem all day. You know what I'm saying? You should not be talking about gentrification without offering solutions, y'all. Real world solutions. If you don't know any real world solutions, pick up my book and they all in there. I got a lot of them in there, but it's even more. So I'm gonna throw some out to y'all. You cannot be sitting around and see that they building a SpaceX, hypothetically speaking. One of the world's wealthiest men, Elon Musk, hypothetically speaking, is building his corporate headquarters, relocating his corporate headquarters a mile away from your house, across the street from your house, down the street from your house, and not get uncomfortable. You cannot be comfortable knowing that a multi-trillionaire probably, they say he a billionaire, but you can't be selling rocket ships and sending them off to the moon and all that stuff and be a billionaire. These guys got more money than they telling us. But my point is, you can't have one of the world's wealthiest men in Hawthorne, California, or Atlanta, Georgia, or New York, or DC, and not be uncomfortable. You have to know that these corporations pay a lot of money to their employees, so you are on the brink of being gentrified and pushed out. So solutions, you got to start finding somewhere that you can own. If you sitting here renting a big old beautiful 5-bedroom house and you thinking, oh, my landlord is cool, you know what I'm saying? Me and him is cool. I've been here for 10 years. I ain't got to worry about him. You know what I'm saying? I've been renting this house. It's a nice house. He takes care of it. Your landlord, somebody's going to push his button one day and going to offer him that magical number of, you know what I'm saying? The house may be worth 300,000. They may offer him 800,000. They may offer him 1.2 million. Because the reality is they know the value of that house is way more than the land. It's about the land value. They know, for example, this house is right here across the street from Mercedes-Benz Superdome with the retractable roof. So therefore, they know they're going to relocate nothing but wealthy people in this area. So they can give you $1.2 million for that house because they know they're gonna make money they playing the long game here, y'all. They're playing the long game. The triplexes are selling and those folks got to go. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They selling all this stuff and pushing people out. So you renting a nice 5-bedroom house or something like that, and it's very affordable for you, $1,200, $500 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you to say you got to make a change in your life and say, you know what? I'm going to go on ahead and buy a house, but my wallet says I can only afford to buy a 2-bedroom house. Y'all hear what I just said? I'm talking hypothetical speaking, y'all. You know, in Atlanta, they got a lot of 2-bedroom houses. I see that all the time. On the East Coast, there's a lot of 2-bedroom houses. LA is kind of normal. It's not that normal. I don't see 2 bedrooms normally, but you may have to fall back to a 3-bedroom house in LA. something smaller. You may have to fall back to building your own house, family. Find a piece of land. It's better for you to own a piece of land and put your trailer on there, put your RV on there. At least you own it. Can't nobody come and gentrify you and, oh, I'm gonna buy your building from the owner and y'all gotta go. You ain't gotta worry about that. Francis K, how you doing? So everybody who is renting, do not put your heart on the fact that you got the gentrification guy over here fighting to pass a law that's going to protect your rental rights, that you can be here longer. Don't get comfortable with that, y'all, because trust me, the next step when they turn around and pass these laws, and I was told it's already happening. I talked about this weekend. When they pass so many laws that's protecting the renter to where the owners can't push people out, all of a sudden the owners turn around and start setting their buildings on fire and saying, "Oh, it was a electrical accident. It was an electrical accident. It was an accident. Something must have went wrong, or the building was just old." They gonna pass another law on top of that law that says these buildings that are too old, we're gonna have to tear them down because we've already had several electrical fires. All the buildings below 1950 needs to be torn down. So now, yes, you have rental rights that protect your building, but the state or the city just passed a new law that says, hey, they're going to have to tear down these old buildings, just like they turn around and passed a law saying that they deemed 15,000 properties. I think it was Viragosa or one of those cats, one of the new mayors or something in LA. They passed a new law saying that there's 15,000 buildings in LA that's not earthquake safe. That's not earthquake safe. That means we want them out of here. And most of those 15,000 buildings were in Black communities. Y'all hear that? So that means those need to be retrofitted. And if they can't retrofit them, they need to be torn down. If they're not going to retrofit these buildings and make them earthquake safe, they need to be torn down. So what happened now? People all of a sudden start dumping apartment buildings on the market. That forced people who said, I'm not going to sell my property. I ain't never selling this building. A tenant, you've been here for 10 years. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Brenda, how you doing? You ain't got to worry about nothing. We ain't going to sell the property. You good. Just keep paying your rent. I ain't worried about you. Don't worry about that. I don't need no money. I ain't going to sell nothing. All of a sudden that law passes and it tells the landlord your building ain't earthquake safe. You need to retrofit it. And it's going to cost you $150,000. He like, ain't doing it. Ain't got it like that. All he can do is sell the building. Even though he just told you he wasn't. Because of the rent cap, Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae are rewriting the loans guidelines to say that they won't give loans on units under rent control. You hear that? That's super agent talking to us, y'all. It's like you got to speak to your professionals. You got people who welcoming the gentrifier saying, oh, you got a lot of real estate agents who are welcoming the gentrifier saying, yes, come on out here and y'all gonna make us wealthier. Like I'm in Atlanta, for example, houses 15,000. Now gentrifiers move in and say, oh, well, we're gonna be building houses starting at 600,000. Now you got a lot of scandalous real estate agents who say, oh, well, we ain't selling no $15,000 houses. All the houses we sell start at 600,000. So you're gonna have to move somewhere else. They won't even tell you about the $15,000 houses. So now they fight. You better find your good agent, like super agent. So on another note, super agent just told us what's going on. A way to fight back. Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae say they ain't loaning to apartment buildings under rent control. You cannot buy an apartment building in a neighborhood that's under rent control is what they're trying to say. They won't give you a loan for that. So they'll turn around and say, hey, look at my hand over here. I'm going to help y'all. We're going to pass some laws that's designed to help y'all. So y'all won. Y'all, all this protesting y'all done, it's going to help you out over here. We're going to put rent control in this area. And everybody like, yeah, we won. We cool. We can keep renting for the rest of our lives. Then all of a sudden they come over here, right hand, and pass a law saying we ain't funding none of these buildings over there. Then they passed another law saying you ain't earthquake safe. This ain't been retrofitted. And then all of a sudden, buildings start burning down. All of a sudden, emergency electrical fires, all these fires start happening. Look at the history, y'all. Why do I know this is happening? Because I took the time and traveled the country and asked what's going on. Areas where they fought back and couldn't get out, they started all of a sudden lots of fires in these apartment buildings been happening. And we done seen them in LA too. But you see, most people listen to the news and the news says, oh, wow, it was an old building. These buildings are unsafe. Magical words, gentrification. That's what that really means. These buildings are unsafe. That's why they're catching on fire. No, it's called insurance job. You know what I'm saying? So solutions, you need to be checking your landlord and seeing who owns your building. If you got some gentrifiers that own that building and they some slumlords and they ain't working with y'all, if a corporation owns your building, trust and believe it may accidentally catch on fire. I ain't trying to scare y'all. I'm just telling y'all the real. But anyway, my point is we have to get in position. And what does getting in position look like? Getting in position is getting into some type of an ownership situation. Meaning, I don't care if you own a piece of land and you put your RV on it. You see what I'm saying? Buy you a little RV or something and put it on your piece of land. You may have to move out farther. Tanya, how you doing? You may have to move out farther to find something more affordable. You know, you have to get in position to protect yourself to where you don't have to worry about that. You see what I'm saying? So you can think you being protected, you in a district that's under rent control, but the reality is they passing laws every day designed to get you up out of there. So you are setting yourself up for failure by staying wherever it is you stand that you're renting in. You may say, TJ, I don't have the money to buy something. Actually, you do. Actually, you do. If you can afford to pay rent, you can afford to buy a house. We got to get off of get these chips off our shoulders where we thinking, oh, I can't be living in this neighborhood. I can't live in a house that look like that. It got to be nice. It got to be in a good area. I got to have 5 bedrooms. I got to have the brand new style houses. No, you don't. All you have to do, the only thing you need to have is ownership. If you invite me over to the house and I know you got this job and you making good money and you've been a baller all your life and you used to have a big old giant house on the beach and you was renting it and you say, man, I had to keep it real. I had to go on and buy something and my money wasn't the way I needed it to be. So I went on and bought a 2-bedroom little bitty house over here in Compton or something. I bought a 2-bedroom house right here in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what my pocket say I can afford. I got so much respect for you for keeping it 100. Now I'm cool with you because I know you're safe now. You ain't got to worry about being gentrified and pushed out of your community. You know what I'm saying? You just bought a house. You are going to these city meetings. You got to go. That's a whole nother conversation, y'all. We got to go to these city meetings. We got to go to these block club meetings. We got to go to all these meetings. Wherever anybody talking about you and me, we need to be there. If you can't be there, you need to send a family member, a friend, pay somebody to go to these meetings. Just like, I don't even want to go into that, but you can pay somebody to go to these meetings. Just like I go to these meetings all over the country, family, and it be packed with agents and run by agents, and they be up in there lying to people. So y'all got to go to these meetings, go Facebook Live, and let us all hear what they talking about. I may not be able to be in Chicago and hear about what they talking about because I can't go to every meeting. But if you put it on Facebook Live and record it, that would be way cool. That would be better. You know what I'm saying? Type gentrification meeting at City Hall, gentrification meeting in Chicago Park, gentrification meeting at local church. And I want to see that. I'm going to watch that. You see what I'm saying? All over the country, we should be doing that. So if you want to help us with gentrification, hold on one second, y'all. If you want to stop gentrification and you want to help the rest of the nation, go to those meetings and go live. Record all the stuff these people are talking about because they misleading people. They are misleading people in these meetings, y'all. So just like when you look on my page, anytime you see me go to a Facebook I mean, go to a gentrification meeting or something, I'm gonna record it so y'all can hear it because somebody on our Facebook Live is gonna say that ain't true. That ain't what happened, and we need to hear that. We need to know what happens, what's going on. So make sure y'all go live. You know what I'm saying? Go to the meet. First of all, you got to go to the meetings. You may not understand what's going on. You see what I'm saying? You may not understand what's going on. You may not understand what they're saying. But if you can at least just go to the meeting and go on Facebook Live or Instagram Live and hit live and play it, then you'll be helping us out because and tag me in it. Tag me in it or something. Say, TJ, check this out. But somebody's gonna see that and they're gonna forward it to me. And please help me out a little bit. If it's a 2-hour meeting, won't y'all highlight some stuff for me and say, TJ, check this part out at 1 hour and 10 seconds. You really need to hear that part right there. Just like at the gentrification meeting on Saturday, promoted by KJLH, it turned out to be a homosexual guy over the AIDS Foundation says he wants to protect the AIDS Foundation. He wants to protect people with AIDS. So they let the whole conference go through the whole day. And at the closing remarks of the conference, they had a sister say that the Weinstein guy, the homosexual guy, wants to build affordable housing in LA. After the meeting was over, the closing remarks was there saying the reason why he financed this meeting is to say that Harvey Weinstein, the pedophile guy, he's not really a bad guy. This is like the shit the judge hugged the police officer lady. This is like the shit that the brother went out and said, I forgive you. That same shit said, oh, the Weinstein guy, the pedophile guy, he was actually a good guy, and we're going to build some affordable housing, affordable apartments in LA because of him. He wants to help people in LA. You know what he finna do? They letting you know the whole purpose of gentrification sucks.org, heavily promoted by KJLH, is because they wanted to be our friends and for us to accept them and let them into the community. But what are they doing? They finna build a whole lot of affordable housing for homosexual pedophiles in the middle of the Black community because they're saying there's not a lot of Black people who are gonna be here. They're being pushed out. So we want to get in position and build our stuff first. How do I know? Because I kept asking, what does AIDS got to do with gentrification? Y'all hear what I said? You punch in gentrificationsucks.org and it's an AIDS Foundation pop up. Why is AIDS financing gentrification meetings? Why are white gentrifiers financing gentrification meetings? Because they're saying we're going to turn around and put a bunch of pedophiles in the middle of the Black community. If we just want y'all to like us. That's why we in here feeding y'all. That's why we in here talking with y'all, because we want y'all to know we cool. Strategies, drama. Thanks for telling the truth, TJ. I appreciate that, Tony. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to read between the lines. Now you ain't got to read between the lines. You just got to ask who's sponsoring this, who's giving this. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do. You be like, why is the white people everywhere? Why are the gentrifiers hiding in the back room? I'm in a conference a meeting the other day in the middle of the Black community, and there's a Black-owned gentrification, a fake gentrification meeting going on. Brother's quite popular. How about that? But there's white people all in the back meetings, half white people in the room. Half of the meetings is white people, it's gentrifiers. I can't understand how, and then the people in the back of the room that's behind the scenes, that's working with the brother, are all white. It's like the puppet masters. This is what you go out there and tell them. This is what you go say this. And the white folks are so ruthless, the gentrifiers are so ruthless, they come in there, sit in the meeting and watch. Be like, make sure you're going to say what we told you to say. Make sure you go do what we told you to do. And I'm sitting there like, are you serious? Zoe, how you doing? I'm just really blown away. Like, they just blatantly don't care. It's like, y'all ain't listening. We feeding y'all. Y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. We're gonna take your stuff. We're gonna put your people in there, let them deliver the message to you, and we don't care. This fool in the meeting, out of all the thousands of people who showed up in LA that's out here to gentrify LA, all the thousands of white gentrifiers that are here in LA to gentrify the black communities, this black man in the middle of a black meeting, in the middle of a black neighborhood, throwing a gentrification meeting, decides he wants to sue two black people. He wants to sue two black people to stop them from developing their own land that they already own, that there's nothing there. And say they're going to displace 70,000 people. And I'm sitting there looking, scratching my head. Like, did he really just say that? Now, keep in mind, I wasn't going to say nothing because I know who the cat is already. I know he's an agent. So I just show up. I'm just there to listen. I'm going to be quiet. I just want to come in and see what they're talking about. But of course, he's so uncomfortable that I'm in the room. He's so uncomfortable that I'm in the room because he's not going to be able to deliver this gentrified message because he's thinking, ain't TJ on the other side of the country somewhere? You know what I'm saying? The best thing that ever happened to people was the fact that I started traveling and working on this documentary and working on speaking all around the country and working on my book so that I can better explain to people what's going on. You know what I'm saying? This book right here, Monetizing Gentrification, Building Black Ownership. You notice whenever somebody try to clown and talk bad about my book, they said, we ain't trying to monetize gentrification. That's what the two people said. We ain't trying to monetize gentrification, but they never say we ain't interested in building black ownership. How you going to talk about the book and call out the name, monetizing gentrification, but not say building black ownership? That's the key words you need to be paying attention to. Agents don't want you building black ownership. What am I saying? Gentrification is about the real estate. So we're going to monetize it. We're going to create wealth off of this because we ain't finna displace our own people. What we're going to do is we're going to go in there and reap benefits off of this. How are we going to benefit it? We're going to develop our own stuff. We're not going to sell them our houses. We're going to tear down our own house and update our own houses. We're going to put our children in schools to learn the trades. We're going to let our children reap the benefits of all this construction. So Miss Jones wants to sell her house. Miss Jones, check this out. We need little Bobby and them that's normally hanging out on the corner. Those guys always getting in trouble. They not doing that no more. They all learn how to work on houses. So before you put your house on sale, up for sale on the market, this is what we want. We want them to come over there and do the work and update it. We don't want you selling this house in bad condition because we don't want you taking less money than the house is worth because you do that, Mrs. Such and such does that, and Mr. Such and such does that. Now you got three people that took less money. You hear what I just said? Three different people. The neighborhood, hypothetically speaking, I'm talking about California now, y'all. If the houses in this neighborhood are worth $500,000, say the house is worth $500,000 for something that's pretty nice, something that's turnkey. You just move in, put a little carpet down or something like that, and boom, we rolling. Or clean the carpet and we rolling. We good. We ain't got to paint nothing. We ain't got to fix no roofs. That house is worth $500,000, hypothetically speaking. Now, if Mrs. Jones, who she had not maintained her house, her toilet is broke, her roof is leaking, the fence is falling down on the side of the house, the house needs to be painted, and it's falling apart. She decides, well, you know what? This house is falling apart. These guys want to give me $200,000 for the house. If three people do that, that brings down the property values in your neighborhood. Three people that sold the houses that should have went for $500,000. They got $215,000, $200,000, and $230,000. Now that's three new comps. So when the next person comes up to sell their house, they say, "Oh, I want $500,000 for it." They're gonna be like, "Ooh, that's a lot." The last one sold for $230,000. Why do you think you could get $500,000? You're like, huh? Somebody sold over here for $230,000. Who? They hit you with these addresses. You like, Jones, that was Miss Rebecca, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You offering me $350 now? Drama. So strategies and solutions, y'all. We got to start learning these trades so we can have our people fixing these houses up. I need to write that down. Hold on. Let me see. It's time to change some careers, family. You know what I'm saying? See, I traveled around the country to find out what's going on purely based on the fact that I believe in situations that Dr. Sabi, ancestor Dr. Sabi told me, TJ, look, this ain't just happening in LA. In 2013, Dr. Sabi told me, TJ, this ain't just happening in LA. This happening all over the country. Well, I ain't ever been all over the country, so I didn't know that. But I knew it was about to go down in LA. So I said, he told me I need to get out there and go see it for myself. I said, all right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go look. So I traveled the country, I thought I was gonna hit 25 states, you know what I'm saying? And I ended up doing 15 states because when people found out what I was doing and what knowledge I had, and actually Dr. Sabi endorsed me and said, y'all need to listen to this guy. All of a sudden people started booking me to come speak and tell them what I knew about real estate, what I knew about gentrification. And then they was like, TJ, you need to write a book. So anyway, I took it upon myself based on the elder telling me I needed to go do that. So Sabi, ancestor Sabi told me to go do it. So I did that. And when I got out there around the country, family, I was just absolutely blown away. I couldn't believe the stuff I was seeing. I could not believe the stuff I was seeing. I just absolutely could not believe the stuff that I was seeing because I ain't never seen nothing like that before in my life. So I had to write a book about it. I had to work on a documentary about it. I had to start teaching about it. I had to start speaking about it because it just absolutely blew my mind. I'm like, y'all ain't ready for this. So we got to start paying attention to solutions and strategies, y'all. I'll be at Simply Wholesome. Matter of fact, October 20th, 2 to 4. I got a flyer right here. October 20th, 2 to 4, I'll be at Simply Wholesome in Los Angeles, California on Slauson and Overhill. I'll be there talking about how we can monetize gentrification, talking about solutions and strategies, family. So come on out. You know what I'm saying? It's free. Y'all hear what I just said? It's free. But please support. You know what I'm saying? Buy a book. They're only $25 at Simply Wholesome. Buy a book. Monetizing Gentrification, Building Black Ownership. It is a book signing and Q&A. I'll be there talking to people, answering questions. October 20th. October 12th, I'll be in Sacramento, California at the Underground Bookstore, y'all. I'll be in October 12th. Y'all say it with me. October 12th, I'll be in Sacramento, California at the Underground Bookstore having another Q&A. Book signing and Q&A because they beaten Northern California up. Sacramento, California is, for those of y'all who don't know, Sacramento, California is 6 hours north of Los Angeles. It's quite a ways up there. It's the state capital, and gentrification is really bad out there, y'all. It's terrible. You know what I'm saying? I see zombies. It's like people walking around. It's so much homelessness, it ain't even funny. I remember I got booked to go speak out there at Wosay, Marcus Garvey. They brought me out there for the Marcus Garvey Festival. I was one of the speakers there. I booked the hotel on the water. I thought, oh man, this is on the water. I'm looking at the computer like, oh, this is cool. It's on the water. Let me go on out here and check it out. Man, I booked that hotel and I'm driving up to the hotel like 2 weeks later. Excuse me. I start seeing homeless people as I'm driving through the neighborhood by the water. I started seeing a lot of homeless people, black homeless people, y'all. As I'm driving to my hotel, I get off the freeway, I'm driving to my hotel, and I start looking, I'm like, whoa, look at all these homeless people. We in the water district, you know, lots of boats and stuff out here and everything. And I'm like, whoa, look at all these homeless people. And my nav is saying hotel is coming up in 1 minute. I'm like, whoa, I don't think I want to stay down here. Man, I pull up to the hotel on the same block as I'm passing all the homeless people. Homeless people were sitting at the door of the hotel, y'all. This is a nice hotel, a regular hotel that I would normally stay in. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I didn't even pull in the hotel. I just like called them, canceled. I'm like, man, this is sad, y'all. This is sad. So yes, Sacramento is getting beat up. Carmen, how you doing? Sacramento has a large amount of homeless people too, y'all. That's one of the it's more expensive in Sacramento than it is in LA. Sacramento, if you make less than $117,000, you low income. Y'all hear what I just said? If you make less than $100,000, 117,000 in Sacramento, you are considered low income. You're a low income person. So I'll be in Sacramento, California, October 12th. Another free book signing. Hopefully y'all come out and buy a book. Support the bookstore. Buy some books from me. Buy some books from the bookstore. Support and show up. And please go live. Let people know that we're going to be there. Let people know that they're there. Share this video. You know what I'm saying? Share this flyer on my page to your page and let people know I'll be there, because you got a lot of people who are desperate to find some type of situation, some type of solutions, and they're being misguided. You know what I'm saying? So November 3rd, I will be in Lithonia, Georgia, speaking at, giving a presentation of my travels, sharing my research through a presentation, also selling books. So y'all need to come on. Y'all can register online for that one. That's $25. You can get that link off my page or go to my website, thomastjlofton.com, and you will see that there's a lot of stuff going on all around the country, family. That's why I'm just bouncing back and forth just all over the place, all over the country, because, you know, it's just really sad. People don't know what to do. I'm going in places where it's highly educated towns where everybody then went to a university and they smart. And I'm looking at, these are homeless people that have been this college educated also. So if our college educated people are struggling, having a hard time and living in tents on the streets, what you think happening to the regular people? You know, this is something that's affecting everybody. You know, so okay, you may be saying, oh, I got millions of dollars, my house is paid for, it ain't affecting me. But if you got family members that's affecting and they going homeless, you know what I'm saying? If your children then got married and had children, you know what I'm saying? They looking at you like, can't you help us? You know what I'm saying? Or if you got cousins and brothers and sisters and they out there homeless and you over here comfortable, everybody gonna need some help. That's what's happening. They all gonna be looking at you like, whoever in the family got some money, they gonna be looking at you saying, well, you just sold your house for 800,000. Can't you help us? And a lot of people, that's why you got so many people say, oh, we don't have no money. Desiree, how you doing? We don't have any money because nobody wants to be the target. You can't be the ATM for everybody. You know, I can help one or two people, but I can't help everybody. So I know a lot of people who got money can't help everybody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no money like that. And I know I can't afford to have a bunch of people asking, TJ, can you help me? I mean, I can give you some great knowledge. I can give you some information that can help you come out of this bad situation, but I can't financially afford to put you up in my house. I can't financially afford to put you up and pay a rent for you somewhere else, especially not knowing if they're going to gentrify this neighborhood also. So that's why help should look like ownership. Help should look like the form of ownership, family. So anyway, I'll be at Simply Wholesome on October 20th. Book signing, I'll be at the Underground Bookstore on October the 12th in Sacramento, California. October 12th, Sacramento, California, Underground Bookstore. October 20th, Simply Wholesome Restaurant and Bookstore, book signing. November 3rd, Black Dot Bookstore and Cultural Center in Lithonia, Georgia, presentation, $25. Register today if you're in Georgia. November 2nd, I will be at the Black Business Expo up there as well. Talking, I'll be one of the speakers up there as well. So if y'all out there in Georgia, come on, stop by. That one's, I'm not sure about there's a cost for that one, but my presentation, Eventbrite just said, not Eventbrite, but what is this thing called? Instagram decided we're done. Yep, my hour is up, y'all. I'm gonna get on out of here. So yeah, family. Anyway, I could be on here talking all day. Strategies and solutions, family. Buy the book, Monetizing Gentrification. Book me, have me come out and speak at your event. Insist that they have me come out and talk about solutions from a national perspective, because I can tell you what worked out here in DC and what didn't work. I can tell you what they're doing to the East Coast that ain't reached the West Coast. I can tell you what's going on the West Coast that they're working on and doing in Texas, for example. So have your people who are throwing these gentrification meetings, book TJ to come out and speak. Have them bring me out there to speak. Buy my book, order a copy of my book, read this book, and then go to the gentrification meeting and talk about the strategies and solutions that's going on in this book. Go in this book, read my book, Monetizing Gentrification, Building Black Ownership, and look in the back. I got the blueprint and solutions in the back of the book right here, family. I'm breaking it down, talking about the things that we need to do to fix this problem, things that changes we got to make in order to move forward. And most importantly, tell the people we need to get TJ out here to speak to these young people or to speak to us. So the next generation, so we'll have a next generation. So we ain't got to worry, but they don't have to worry about the things we going through. Because kind of like this, y'all, we at the last stand. This is getting bad. You know what I'm saying? We talking about states of emergencies for homelessness. If y'all ain't understand what that means shit is fucked up out here. Excuse my language. When they start talking about we got to have a state of emergency, this is a problem. All right, family, I'm out of here. Thomas T.J. Lofton, Building Black Ownership. Thomas T.J. Lofton, Monetizing Gentrification, ThomasTJLofton.com. ThomasTJLofton.com. Get that book, Thomas T.J. Lofton, Loftin, Monetizing Gentrification, Building Black Ownership, family. Order your copy today or go to my website, ThomasTJLofton.com, or call me, 310-619-3954, 310-619-3954, and let me know you're interested in a gentrification training class, or you would like me to come out and speak, or you would like me to come out and do a book signing and Q&A and offer some solutions, or you would like to bring me out to do a training for your organization or at your school. You would like me to come speak at your HBCU. You would like me to come speak at your organization. Please reach out, family, because it is very critical that our young people know today, before they go take certain classes, what's going to work for them in the future. What's going to be there 4 years from now? What classes should they take today that in 4 years, it's going to still be there and they're going to be able to eat off of that? They can afford to buy a house. They ain't going to be under $117,000. They ain't going to be low income. Y'all hear what I said? So anyway, family, I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to me. If y'all want to do a donation so I can keep doing what I'm doing, you can go to my Cash App, > Thomas T.J. Lofton, > Thomas T.J. Lofton, Loftin, and make a donation. It don't matter if it's $5 or $5,000, whatever it is, it's gonna definitely help. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm giving a free book to a young person who really need it, letting a person come to my class that needs to know what I'm doing, or financing me to go to a school and talk to a school who has a bunch of at-risk youth. Y'all know the word at-risk youth that really need to hear what I got to say. And one person can make a difference, y'all. I've definitely been making a difference by going out talking to these young people and telling them that you can make money off of building cars. You can make money off of having a tire shop or being in Georgia with doing gardening. You can become wealthy having a gardening service in Georgia, in the South, in Louisiana. All that rain and all that grass them houses got. I was like sitting there thinking like, man, if I wasn't a speaker, I'd be having me a lawn service, y'all, in the South. All right, family, I'm out of here. I appreciate y'all time. Please share this video. Peace.